So hello and welcome to another episode of Four Wheels. Today I was going to do a very different video. I was going to talk about that I'm going to be selling my SLK, and this week I was going to do a big sales campaign to actually try and get it sold. However, something happened yesterday when I came out to the car which just sort of stopped me from doing that. So yes, I got out yesterday morning and I saw a roof tile on the floor next to the car. Obviously I suddenly thought, oh okay, and basically came out, lifted the cover up, and yes, as you can see, that's fairly, that's a little chip there, a little chip in the windscreen, I will admit. You can sort of see obviously where it's hitting, so the remnants of the tile. Yeah, so I've had to have a little bit of drama yesterday morning trying to get this car sorted. So instead of having a nice relaxing morning yesterday morning, I ended up having a bit of a stress trying to get the car booked in and sorted. There's a bit of a story here. Long and the short of it is that I went from my insurance company to eSure. They directed me to the Autogas website and to put the claim in obviously with them. Thankfully I'm not going to have to pay for a new windscreen. I've had to pay £100 as sort of an excess. I did have a look, and the windscreen is actually £1,700 to have the job done. So I'm sort of glad I'm not having to pay it all really, so I'm quite glad that it's actually been covered. I tried to book it in with them, however I couldn't get a mobile slot. They seem to be saying I've got to take it somewhere to get it done. So I ended up having to phone them up, and they said because the car has a camera and it has technology on there built into the windscreen, which I know it has because it's got a speed recognition camera on there, that's part of the command system, they can't do that mobile. They have to have it in a centre to have a trained technician to work on it. So I've suddenly thought, well, how am I going to get this car there? Obviously I can't drive the car. Luckily, knight in shining armour has arrived in the form of Matt from Traverse Transport. Now, he has helped me out before. He's taken the SL to the SL shop a couple of times, I think now. So thankfully he's free in that day and he's agreed to take the car there. It's a little bit obviously enough to pay for his extra cost, but the only other option was going for the insurance route. I didn't really want to go down that route. So I thought if I can just get the car there in my own way, and then I can pick the car up, obviously I'll be able to drive it back then. But yes, I had all intentions of trying to sell that car this week, and it hasn't quite gone to plan. It has gone a bit out of the window at the moment. So yeah, so anyway, I booked it in with Matt of Traverse, booked it in Autoglass. Hopefully I've got to wait 2 weeks for it to be done though. The only availability I had was the 11th, which is the day I'm at Goodwood, so I can't do that because I need to be around to pick up the car and to get loaded up on the train, anything like that. So I booked it for the following Monday. So yeah, not the best Sunday morning I had, and that was about an hour of my time trying to sort that out in the end. But yeah, thankfully it all fell into line the same. I'm lucky that it's only costing me £100 plus a bit of money for the transport. So yeah, it's just another little cost for that car that I hadn't quite planned on, but isn't that car ownership? So at least it happened on a car I'm actually trying to sell. So I won't say I'm not bothered about it, but it has annoyed me a bit. I wasn't in a particularly good mood yesterday morning, I must admit. What's really annoying me in a way is that the car's not meant to be there because we're having building work done. Obviously it's parked somewhere different at the moment, so if you hadn't been parked there it wouldn't have happened. But you know, it's one of those things. I'm grateful that nothing else has really been damaged on the car. It's just hit the windscreen. I say just hit the windscreen as if it's something that's 5 minutes fix. It isn't quite that simple, but obviously windscreens are a fairly common issue. It already has a little bit of chip in the windscreen, which is why it's sort of in the front there, which I've already had treated and done. But you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. So it wasn't quite the result I wanted for this week, but at least it's been sorted. In other news, the old SLK is hopefully going to have the brakes done this week. You may remember it had the MOT done about 2 weeks ago. It passed the MOT, no advisories. I'd asked the garage to have a look at the brake, and it's the second opinion I've had on these brakes. And they said exactly the same thing as a Mercedes main dealer said, and that was that there's nothing wrong with the brakes. Now, the problem that I have with the brakes is that they're making a horrendous squeaking noise. It's happened ever since I bought the car. It has got better reduced, but it hasn't fully gone away yet. They've taken the brakes apart, they've put grease on where needed, took it out for a test drive, couldn't seem to stop the noise, it was still squeaking even after that, took them apart again, they can't find anything really wrong with them. Now it's the second garage that said that they've actually had a good look at the brakes, the disc and pad, they've got some good sort of meat left on the bones, so quite wise making that noise, not too sure. So the only thing we've had to do is go down the route of actually placing pads and discs to begin with. So not quite the best result in that. However, with that old SLK, I've been quite fortunate, and I've been able to pull in a few sort of contacts to get stuff done cheaply, and stuff that, as you know, hasn't cost me the earth. And this is probably the first big bill I'm going to have on that car. So in all fairness, yeah, it is what it is with that car. You can't win every time. You can't have a cheap fix every single time with the cars. So it's one of those. The irony will be, I don't know how much it breaks and the cost they're going to get back to me with a quote. The irony will be is obviously I only paid £500 for that car. So I hope it's not any more than that, because I could buy another whole new car for that. But yeah, anyway, it's not quite as black and white as that, but you know what I mean. So the SL has also got obviously a running issue. It's got ABS issue as well, and it's also got the fan that's continuing on. So that's off next Monday with Matt from Reverse again, who's come and help me out on that one. It's taken out of Stratford to the SL shop, so I'll report back on that when that's all been done. So between all my cars at the moment, there's only really this one, which is the B class, which, touch wood, is working fine. And I know I shouldn't say that because something will go on with this car now. But yes, it's just one of those, all the problems seem to have suddenly piled up. I mean, okay, the old Resca is still drive, but it just makes a hell of a noise. The SL I can still drive, but obviously it does cut out. Now I can sort of override that issue purely by sort of holding the brake on the left and then with my right foot trying to actually put a little bit of revs down and keeping the revs at about 1,000. I find that cuts out. It really seems to dip below. It goes to 5 and it'll just dip and then cut out for some reason. So I've asked the SL shop to have a look at that as well. So anyway, so it's a little bit of a sort of downer video today. I've got a downer on all my cars. It's just very frustrating, and I can't necessarily blame the SLK. It is something that happened. It just happened in the wrong place at the wrong time, to be honest. But however, I'm going to finish the video there. I hope you'll have some more positive videos come along. If you haven't seen on my YouTube channel, I did post about this yesterday. I did today, but the video about tomorrow. So today's Monday, video about Tuesday. I am changing the order of my video a little bit. I'm going to used to do one Monday and Friday. Now it's been Tuesdays and Fridays. I'm just finding it a little bit hard to get the video out by Monday at 6. Particularly if I've been out at that weekend filming. I try and keep stuff fairly relevant and try and post stuff fairly quickly. So yeah, I've just found it a bit hard work to get the videos out by Monday by 6. So I'm going to change to Tuesday at 6. So yes, anyway. As ever, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.